Six orange book.
Alright, I'm pretty sure we're live, so. Anyway, 5-4, whatever. Here we are once again. Thanks everybody for joining in. Highway to Helms. As you can see, we got a new panel. Somebody ate champagne. And this show is in memory of champagne.
Love you, brother.
Hey, put his picture up there. Put it right there. Can you see him? Oh, there you go. We got some champagne. No, Champagne had some business coming up. He had a business meeting, so he's taking care of that. So whatever. And we got taking this place. We got the Big Daddy Mike Maverick joining us. Woo! And brand new to the show, we got a very intriguing individual, very interesting life story. Great friend, great pro wrestler, great athlete, ordained minister, Ice Caprice Coleman. What's going on, buddy?
Nice to be here, man. Excited about the show.
I did not know that you were an ordained minister.
Really?
When did that happen?
About 4 years ago.
Cool.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
I've been
Appreciate that.
The last 10 years.
Where you been 10 years ago?
That is cool. That's what I tweeted on my little Twitter there. I was like, we got an ordained minister on the show. Can't I control myself tonight?
I'm still calling him Ice.
We call everybody by gimmick names.
You don't use that anymore, though, do you?
Sometimes, some places you go, you try to change your name. That's Ice. So I just leave it alone.
That's what I said when I saw you at Matt's party. Yeah. Hey, there's Ice.
Yeah.
I didn't even know if Caprice was your real name. I thought that was a work name too.
That's my real name, Caprice.
That's
my middle name, last name.
What's your first name?
Alistair.
Oh yeah, Alistair. I remember him.
Alistair Caprice Coleman.
Yeah.
Can I use it?
I don't know. We're gonna say it live, man.
That's cool.
Somebody would take that name around and look him up.
That's cool, man.
That's a cool name.
He owed me some money.
ACC. Alistair Caprice Coleman. That sounds like some cool shit.
I like it. I won't be hung on that now.
Alistair Overeem. You know who Alistair Overeem is?
No, I've heard that name before. Yeah.
He's the Triple Crown champion now. He's a Dream Heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
And a K1 Heavyweight champion.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So he kind of
like Alistair.
Oh, he's fucking badass, man. Yeah. I'll knock his ass out on
Tear him
PlayStation.
up. There you go.
So what's been going on with you, man? What you been up to lately?
Oh, man.
Ring of Honor, right? Didn't you just do something with Ring of Honor?
Did some Ring of Honor work. Yeah, it actually went pretty good. Went very well.
Was that in Charlotte?
It was Richmond, Virginia, and Charlotte.
Oh, that's cool. Who'd you work?
I worked Colt Cabana the first night.
Oh, shit.
It was like a night off. And then I worked Rhett Titus the next night. He's like one of the guys for the All Night Express, the tag team.
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, so we had 2 great matches. They really received me well, so it was an honor to be there again. It's like the first time I worked there in 7 years.
Oh, you worked there before?
Yeah, but they had me the little, the 6-man mayhems, the 4-corner quartet, all that kind of stuff. So this first they put me on the card, and it wasn't a tryout match. They actually put me there to work, so it's a good feeling.
Oh, that's cool.
How's their business? They doing pretty good?
They lost their they didn't lose it. Their contract, their TV deal is not being renewed, so they're kind of figuring out what their next step is. But I mean, before they had the TV deal, they were still doing internet shows and selling DVDs. So even if they go back there, it's not like they're missing too much of a step.
Yeah, I know
their name now.
The internet business is real good, and the DVD business is hot. I actually watched their HC show.
They have a strong following too.
That's probably a smart way to go if you're low on finance at the beginning, starting something out though.
Oh, totally, man. That's what WWE they just put out any DVD they can think of now. That DVD market's huge.
People buy that stuff, man.
It'd be even bigger if it weren't for all the pirates, but I mean that's the thing to do now. Just put all that shit out there.
There's a lot of people that stuff tight. Like a Hotspots makes a lot of money off of that stuff, man. That's how they sell it.
I actually saw the Hotspots. I did a show this weekend for Northeast Wrestling, northeastwrestling.com. The main event was Matt Hardy against MVP. In a cage match, Jerry Lawler worked Tommy Dreamer, and that was good as hell, man. That was really good.
Jerry can go, man.
Jerry's awesome. Well, he hit him with the big fireball, burnt Tommy's ass up.
But he doesn't even do much though. It's like he's just over.
That's
man.
Your boy. Man, he's in the hottest angle on TV. That's great. That just tells you everything about WWE right now. They won't hire anybody over 30 anymore. But the hottest TV angle involves Jerry Lawler, who's twice
that age.
There was a bunch of stuff on Facebook, guys commenting on that and stuff. I was thinking about it. I'm like, that sounds pretty stupid.
Yeah, it's Facebook.
And then I got, and then I go, Well, I got to think about it now. There's nowhere for these guys to learn anything, so they got to put them in developmental for 10 years.
Yeah.
So I guess they want to start them out when they're young enough where they won't be ready to retire when they finally hit TV.
And developmentals is so hard to learn down there because you're working in front of the same crowd like every single week, you know, and to keep it fresh, you got to change up your stuff, so you really can't hone your craft.
Yeah.
You hone your craft by traveling, working in front of different people, working different people, not working the same. Like every time, like at OVW, FCW, one of those new guys would come up, we would have to retrain them. Like it's like all that shit you learn down there, just forget about it.
Wow.
But this is how we really do it. But now, but the thing is too, WWE used to be where you went once you were great.
Yeah, when you were 35 years old.
Yeah, now it's where you go just to start your career.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of young guys there.
You know, you're working at Hudson Belt modeling underwear, and 6 months later you're Intercontinental champion.
There you go.
And they wonder why they don't grow.
So what's this about modeling underwear?
You know. You want to, never mind, you don't want to see that.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's great to learn. I mean, the thing about FCW, when you learn it from Steve Kern and, you know, Dusty Rhodes and Mike Graham and, you know, the guys that got down there, that's great, but they still need to go out. Like, I like what Rick Steamboat did with his kid. He's seen his kid to Japan, seen his kid all over.
Did independence and everything.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, man.
That way you don't have just one setting of this crowd, you know, because if that crowd doesn't like you, go to the next crowd, it's a totally different setting. You got to know how to adjust in the ring.
Yeah, same thing like in America. You go up north, you work Philly. Philly is their own brand of people.
Yeah.
See, the last thing I can relate to that was when we were in ECW doing the Ducks, because we were heels up north. You know, we'd wrestle in New Jersey or, you know, up in the Philadelphia at the ECW arena, we were heels, but then we'd go down and wrestle in the South, we were baby faces.
Yeah.
So
it's a totally different style.
Even with like Ring of Honor and different indies, I mean, the crowd even takes to you different. They expect different things. So you got to know what to expect. And if you only have one thing to deliver, you end up being one-dimensional.
Well, you and I, when did you start?
Man.
You got some years on there, because I was thinking about that, because you were in Omega when we went there. Yeah. I know we'd already put a bunch of years on our belt, but so you got at least 10 or 12.
Yeah, I started like 99, 98, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so
see, that's a long time, but you and I mean, we actually do go back to the old school days. I mean, the territories were still running when we started.
Yeah. The hell days.
I think that would have been cool back then, though, where you just, you know, you go make a run somewhere and your time's up, you go somewhere else. Yeah. Now it's like you make a run, your time's up, you go be a bouncer.
That was the thing, too. I had to do a interview for Slam Wrestling today and about Wrestle Reunion, which I'm supposed to talk about. I got my sheets. I got my prescriptions. I got my script right here about Wrestle Reunion. Don't be looking all at my script.
Checking the notes out, man. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
That's all who's going to be at Wrestle Reunion. And I was talking about, you know, I had a lot of projects I want to do in WWE, but you're so handcuffed when you're there, you can't do anything because they want to control everything. They want to, you know, if you do anything, they want to have part of it. And so that's when guys leave there. Sometimes they don't have nothing to fall back on because they couldn't do anything while they were there.
So they never found themselves. That's what I was looking at.
That's exactly. They asked me who I wanted to meet, and I told
I'd like to meet him.
One of our sponsors on the show tonight is HotSpots.com. So wrestlers go there for the gear, any DVDs, merchandise, all the stuff. I'm sure the PG Suck shirts will be through HotSpots.com at some point. But they were asking me who I wanted to meet, and here's the lineup for Wrestle Reunion for those that it's in LA at the LAX Hilton. Roddy Piper, Tito Santana, Ryan Shamrock, Terry Funk, Tatanka, Val Venus, Mean Gene Okerlund, Jim Neidhart, Vampiro, myself. Then you got Danny Davis, S.A. Rios, Shane Douglas, Paul Orndorff. I'm hoping he's going to be there. I know he's got some kind of cancer issue coming up.
He was sick.
So I hope he's fine to be there. Bob Orton Jr., Barry Orton, SoCal Val, The Powers of Pain, not to be confused with The Powers of Shame, Tracy Brooks, Savio Vega, Mr. Fuji, Mr. Saito, Mike Graham, Ken Patera, Jimmy Hart. Vendor guests include Mondo Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero Sr., Jake the Snake Roberts. I believe he's going to have his retirement match too or something at PWG that Saturday night, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. Das Caras, Mil Mascaras. Then we got a bevy of divas, Sassy Stappy, Allison Danger, Amber O'Neal, Billy Anderson, I'm assuming that's not a diva, Raka Khan, Shelly Martinez, Maria Kanellis, Christy Hemme, Nick Mitchell, Sonny, making his very last appearance on a wrestling event. Superstar Billy Graham,
Wow.
Tory
Yeah.
Wilson, and finally rounded it off Bret the Hitman Hart.
That's what's up.
No kidding.
And so they were asking me who do I want to meet, and most of them, I mean, I've met just about everybody on here. I always love meeting, running into Jimmy Hart and Billy Graham, but I was like, I want to meet Mr. Saito.
I've never met him. I'd like to meet him.
I was a big fan of his when he won the AWA World Title.
Which Danny Davis is that? There's 2 or 3 of them running around.
I believe it's the referee Danny
the
Davis.
one
It
that
could
was
be
with the Hart Foundation.
Yeah, I believe that's who it is. But it could be Nightmare Danny Davis. I don't know. Which Danny Davis is going to be at Wrestle Reunion? That's what we need to
Maybe
find
they're trying
out.
to save ink.
So, there you go.
There you go.
But I'm also, I want to meet Mil Mascaras. I never met him.
I don't know him either.
He did that same pose every single picture he was ever in.
He hasn't exhaled since 1976, has he?
Exhale. So there you go. Also, I got to mention the FightingGeek.com website will be opening, going live next week, I believe. Of course, that's the website that I will be hosting again. Here's some questions that we'll get on later. The fans sent us in a bunch of questions.
Uh-oh.
And I guess I should, too, apologize for my NFL picks last week because I didn't get a single one right. 0-4.
That was kind of an upset weekend, though.
It was a bit of an upset. I'm glad I didn't put any money down because I'd have been
How's
on
your
free
cousin
lunch.
Mike? Is he upset?
Well, he's a I don't know if he bet anything. He's a 49ers fan, so he's been upset for like 10 years.
I'm a Raiders fan. I've been upset since 2004.
But they did good. They did all right this year.
They did better.
They did better.
They won more than 2 games.
Well, I'm a damn.
You like the Skins.
I'm
Yeah,
a
I'm a
Redskins
Skins fan. I'm going to
Yeah,
keep my mouth shut.
we started out strong.
Yeah.
And
Regardless, then.
What they do? Donovan McNabb gone? Did they get rid of him?
I think they're trying to get rid of him because they gave him like a $78 million contract extension, which was just insane. And I think they won't even quit. I think that's why they benched him. They benched him for like the last 3-4 weeks.
Like 4
I think Mike Shanahan's lost his mind.
I don't think he ever had the money.
Remember when he was screwing around with Albert Hainsworth at the beginning of the year? Trying to play head games with him and trying to make him quit?
Who?
That defensive tackle.
Oh, yeah.
Albert Hainsworth, he was
Yeah.
not benching him and not letting him play and trying to make him run in practice and trying to blow him up and all that stuff.
I think they just do that to, I don't know, try to save money and.
Who's going to be their quarterback if they do that?
Yeah,
Just get somebody, a free agent or something?
They must have just thought like it's over. Let's try to get some good draft picks.
It's funny because it's hard for guys to come out of college and play quarterback though. I mean,
Yeah.
It normally takes them.
It's a big job.
It's kind of like coming out of the developmental and going straight on TV.
Yeah, straight to main event. That's hard to deal with. So, yeah, I don't know. But I thought Seattle, I know it's silly to pick Seattle over Chicago, but after the way they trounced New Orleans, I was like, they just have momentum on their side. But
And the Jets, where'd that come from?
yeah, I mean the Jets
Just
got wrong.
wild.
Did they not just get piss pounded about a month ago?
Yeah.
48-7 or something like that, and then they come back and win?
They got murdered, so I don't know what happened there. I picked the Ravens over Pittsburgh. That could have went either way. So I wasn't surprised that they lost, but I picked my Super Bowl pick was the Patriots and the Falcons.
That's what I would have picked. I mean, that's,
So much for my shit.
that's like the third game ever that Matt Ryan's lost in the Georgia Dome, isn't it?
Really?
He was like 19-2 or something playing at home. So figured that one out.
So are you from DC or are you just a Redskins fan? Because
No,
me, we
just
didn't have nobody
Redskins.
else.
I was one since like 5th grade. Man.
Is that how you started liking them? Because they were the closest team at the time?
Yeah, they were the
Before we got
closest.
the Panthers?
Yeah, we didn't have the Panthers, and the other team was the Falcons, and they just sucked.
Man, that was totally better. That was Redskins, Cowboys, and Panthers. I don't know how
And my grandparents were Native American, so
There you have it.
Yeah.
Why not use a team that has a derogatory name for that?
a lot of Native Americans don't think it's derogatory. I
I
know.
think people are a little too sensitive. about
Yeah,
stuff
some
like
people
that.
get sensitive about everything, but
thin skin.
yeah, very thin skin.
I was trying to remember how I started liking. I've liked the Raiders ever since I was a kid. I think it was because Fred Biletnikoff went there.
Who?
Yeah. And
The Russian Bear?
yeah, Oleg Taktarov, and he played at Florida State. And I like Ken Stabler too. He was playing there.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I'm
I don't have any
I'm before y'all's time.
idea what you're talking about.
I think Ken Stabler's still playing.
Wikipedia.
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 Who are you, Fozzie Bear?
Wikipedia.
Waka waka.
Wikipedia.com. Just your picture.
This is memory, man. This is in the brain.
Shit. That's damn crazy.
I'm still wondering when you're gonna get Murray on here, man.
Murray's crazy, man. I want to get him on here, but he's in